everyone, and welcome into Shop Social TV. I'm your host, Lou Caputo, and I'm going to be here with you for the next 2 hours. We're on every Tuesday and Thursday night from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Now, part of the reason that we call ourselves Shop Social TV is that we also simulcast on both Facebook and YouTube. And right now, we've already got people on our Facebook page in the chat talking right now. I can see Kathy's in there, Laura's in there, people wishing happy birthday to my wife, Kelly, whose birthday is this weekend. And everybody wish good luck to Lee, my director, tonight. Okay, so we are going to get going with our first item, and yes, we are a TV shopping channel. If you've never seen us here before, you can buy from us either by using the phone number that's going to pop up on the screen. You can go to the website, or we give you a unique QR code for every single item that you're going to see here at Shop Social TV. So let's jump right into it right now to our very first item, and it's this guy right here that I like to call the helping handle, okay? It is a multi-function automotive grab handle. I like to tell people that this is the handle that every single car out there should have come with. Have you ever had a hard time getting in or out of your vehicle? Do you have a bad back, a bad hip, bad knees? You know, are you getting on in years and maybe it's not as easy to get in and out of the car? Maybe you're pregnant. Any of the above, guys, guess what? This is the handle that you've always needed. Now, when you look at it right here, I think you're going to understand very quickly how this works. This is right here what I call the helping handle, okay? This is what's going to fit into what's known as the striker plate on the pillar of your car. This is actually, when you shut your door to the car, this is actually where the door latches onto. Your door latch hits that, okay? And if you look at the shape of the helping handle right here, you're going to notice it's got this metal piece that's called the beak on the end of it with a little notch right there. So when I put this into place and use this with my hand to get out of the vehicle, it locks in there. That's not going to go anywhere, okay? Now, a couple other features on this. First of all, it has a big, thick handle right here. Oh, Annie joined us tonight in the chat. She remembered. I'm so glad that you're here tonight, Annie, joining us here on Shop Social TV. But again, big foam handle right here. This will hold up to 400 pounds because this piece on your vehicle is actually one of the strongest parts of your car, believe it or not. Because if you think about it, it's a roof pillar. And what it does is if your car, God forbid, ever got in an accident and turned over, you know, did a rollover, that's what supports the roof of the car. This is taking advantage of that. Now, here's the other thing about this. If you look at this beak that's on here, it comes to a very sharp tip. You can use that to break the windows, and you don't even have to use a lot of force on the side windows of your car because they are tempered glass. You hit it with this, and it's going to shatter that window. One more thing, right here, there's a seatbelt cutter built into this as well. So you don't even have to worry about not being able to get out of the car in an accident because you can't get your seatbelt off or because it's jammed. You cut right through that. It'll slice through it like a hot knife through butter. But remember, 400-pound weight capacity in this. Let's watch a quick video that I shot a few days ago, and I want you to see, I explain everything to you, how it works, and you're going to see where it goes on your vehicle. Okay, let's take a listen. So this is your car handle assist, and it's going to help you get in and out of any vehicle, whether it's a full-size pickup truck or a tiny little car, because they all have this that closes the door right there. Okay, this is the latch that the door is going to close on. It's called a strike plate. Now, notice the car handle assist has what we call a beak on the end of it, and this is all metal. That fits in here, and it actually locks into place. There's a little cutout right there that puts this in there so that it locks in, all right, once it's in place. Now, this is the strongest point on the car right there. And that's why your car handle assist will hold up to 400 pounds. And I want you to notice it has a nice foam handle on it. You grip this, and then you can put your weight on this and use it to get out of the vehicle. Now, you can also use it to get in the vehicle because some people have a tendency, if it's a smaller car, to just drop into it. All I'm going to do is just use that to push my body weight up there and help me get into the car, okay? And it's not just for people that are older, it's for anyone that's maybe had an injury recently, recovering from surgery, someone who's pregnant, many ways that you can use this. A couple other features on this I want to show you real quick, okay? The other thing about this is the beak that's on there is going to break the windows. God forbid you ever get into an accident, this is going to help you break that window. Then this part right here that has that little orange cap on there, if I pull that off of this, that's a seatbelt cutter right there. Now, this is recessed, so you're not going to cut yourself on it, but that will slice through your seatbelt to help you get out of the vehicle. So this is the Carcane Assist. So our friend Judy just joined us on our Facebook chat, and she made a really good point. By the way, welcome in, Judy. We missed you on Tuesday, but she's in there tonight. But she made a good point, too. It's not just for people that have some sort of infirmity, people that can't get in or out of their vehicles, okay? By the way, guys, my wife Kelly just joined the chat. The birthday girl's in there. It's for people that might be tall and have a low vehicle, little tiny sports cars, okay? It's for people that maybe have a very tall vehicle, because you can grab this from the bottom and pull yourself up again. This is all metal all the way through here, and even underneath the foam right there. So this is actually going to hold up to 400 pounds, as I mentioned, and it's a very compact size that you can put in your vehicle, in the side compartment on the door. You can put it in your center console, any place in the car where you want to carry this. But I really feel like every single car out there should have one, especially if you've got anybody in your life that's elderly, anybody that's recovering from a surgery, you know, somebody who might have a disability of some sort. This is really, really handy way to get in and out of the car. Because think about this for a second, okay? If you don't have this to put into that striker plate every time you get in the car, how are you doing it otherwise? You're grabbing the door, you're grabbing the grab handle that helps you get in and out of the vehicle, right? Well, this thing, by the time you get halfway in or out of the car, it's behind you. You're doing this. You're leaning backwards. That's not safe. And the door, what does it want to do? It wants to close. So the minute you grab that door and you start to pull on it, that door is going to try to close on you. This is the way right here to get in vehicle, to get out of your vehicle. Big vehicles, small vehicles, people that have, you know, if you're getting on in years and it's harder and harder and harder for you to do that, you know, pregnant women absolutely love these for getting in and out of the cars. People that have, you know, bad knees, bad hips, bad backs, great for them. Or if you're recovering from some sort of procedure, it's great. But here's the thing. You can't get one. They're only $24.99, by the way. Did I mention that? $24.99, and you get free shipping right here at Shop Social TV. You're never going to pay for free shipping here, okay? Give us a call at our toll-free number, 888-247-8712, 888-247-8712. Call us there. We have operators standing by right now to take your orders, or you could go to our website, shopsstv.com. We've got a ton of other products right there that you could look at. By the way, we have a 30-day money-back guarantee. We take credit cards. It's really, really simple to purchase from us. By the way, on top of my second by the way there, right down here in the corner, QR code, okay? It stands for Quick Response Code. If you take out your cell phone and you point it at that QR code, it's going to open the camera app. Got to mention that. Open the camera app, point it at the TV. It's going to read that QR code, and it's going to open up a web page, take you right to this very item. So you can read more about it, and also that you can order it right there. It's that easy. Now, only $24.99. Pick up two. Put one in each vehicle that you might own, one for either side, you know, for your wife or your husband, whoever you know out there. If you're somebody that's got older folks in your life, think about buying this as a gift for them. They do come boxed as well. So when you buy this, you're going to receive this nice retail box with it as well that you can give people. You know, I don't know why they call it a car armrest, but I guess because you can put your arm in it if you want to. But when the doors open, this is going to fit into that strike plate right there. And 99% of the cars in the world have this on them, okay? That is not something that's unique to certain size vehicles, certain types of vehicles. I have a big truck, and you saw me in that video just a few minutes ago. This fits in my truck. It also works. Kelly's got a Jeep. It works in her Jeep. Even little tiny cars. I mean, there's just so many ways that you can use this in so many different vehicles. It also travels well. You know, if you're somebody out there like me, like I'm kind of a road warrior these days. Tomorrow I'm going to be flying up to Pennsylvania. And if you're like me and you travel a lot and you rent a car every week or every 2 weeks or so, there are certain things you want to take with you. One of them is a dash cam. P.S. We got one of those coming up next, okay? But you want to bring a dash cam with you. Annie's here. Hi, Annie. Good to see you. And then you want to bring your handy handle right here so that you can use this to get in and out of the vehicle. For a second there, I was going to call it something else, but I didn't. Now, I want you to see something about this too. The foam on this handle is part of the reason that I selected this one to sell here on Shop Social TV. Because I have seen other devices like this before. In fact, I've sold other devices like this before. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is by far the most comfortable handle that I have ever seen on one. I mean, look at the foam on this. It is nice, it's thick, it's grippy up to a point, and then you get that support from this. And remember, this little guy right here will hold up to 400 400 pounds. So if you're somebody of larger stature and you're looking at this going like, I don't know, man, I don't think it's going to hold my weight getting out of my vehicle, this absolutely will. But here's the thing, you got to dial the toll-free number. You're not even paying for the phone call. 888-247-8712 is the number. 888-247-8712 is going to get you to our operator who's going to help you. They're going to take your order, and we'll ship these out to you as soon as we can, because I'm going to tell you right now, this is something that you want to get. Great Christmas present too if you've got somebody in your life that's an older person. But as I said at the beginning, sometimes we see stuff like this and we think it's only for old people. Guys, I got news for you. If you got a bad back, if you've got a bad hip, you know, bad knees, this is great for you. If you've had surgery recently and you are recovering, this is going to help you get in and out of the vehicle. I'm going to turn this even more sideways so you can see the side of this. That's what the profile of this is. So let's say that I'm sitting on the passenger side of the car. You know, when I get out, I'm going to grab it with the outside hand and put all my weight on that and use it to lift me out of the vehicle. So if I'm standing up. Now, conversely, if I'm getting in the car, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to put my hand in, I'm going to back in, but it's going to give me an extra place to hold. Because remember what I said, when you're getting in the car, if you're using the door to get in and out of the car, that's just downright dangerous, okay? Because that door is going to try to close on you. And if you think that you're going to be able to use that hook, the handle that comes down overhead, that's not going to work either, because the minute that you try to do that, that thing's going to be either in front of you or behind you. Let's watch this video again one more time for those of you just joining us, because the guy in this video does a better job of describing how this works than I ever could. Take a look. This is your car handle assist, and it's going to help you get in and out of any vehicle, whether it's a full-size pickup truck or a tiny little car, because they all have this that closes the door right there. Okay, this is the latch that the door is going to close on. It's called a strike plate. Now, notice the car handle assist has what we call a beak on the end of it, and this is all metal. That fits in here, and it actually locks into place. There's a little cutout right there that puts this in there so that it locks in, all right, once it's in place. Now, this is the strongest point on the car right there. And that's why your car handle assist will hold up to 400 pounds. And I want you to notice it has a nice foam handle on it. You grip this, and then you can put your weight on this and use it to get out of the vehicle. Now, you can also use it to get in the vehicle, because some people have a tendency, if it's a smaller car, to just drop into it. All I'm going to do is just use that to push my body weight up there and help me get into the car, okay? And it's not just for people that are older, it's for anyone that's maybe had an injury recently, recovering from surgery, someone who's pregnant, many, many ways that you can use this. A couple other features on this I want to show you real quick, okay? The other thing about this is the beak that's on there is going to break the windows. God forbid you ever get into an accident, this is going to help you break that window. Then this part right here that has that little orange cap on there, if I pull that off of this, that's a seatbelt cutter right there. Now, this is recessed, so you're not going to cut yourself on it, but that will slice through your seatbelt to help you get out of the vehicle. So this is the Carcane. I think that kid did a great job of describing how this works. He's a good guy. But, you know, at the end of the day, this is the handle that every single car should have come with. I'll tell you a quick story right here. I remember back when my grandmother was still alive, and we would want to go out as a family and go to a restaurant or go do something. And Grandma would always like, you know, no, it's too late for me. It was like 6 o'clock in the afternoon. She'd be like, no, it's too late for me. I don't want to go. I don't like that place, whatever. We found out later it was because it was taking her so long to get in and out of the car. She was kind of embarrassed by it. Then fast forward to when my aunt, her daughter, was in an assisted living facility, and I used to take her out to go to restaurants and go shopping and stuff like that. And, you know, I had just started selling a device like this, and thank God I did, because at that time, you know, as folks get older, their skin gets thinner. And there's a thing that happens where you can actually grab somebody's arm, and if they're putting their full weight on there, you can start pulling on their skin and ripping it. You can actually tear it. You can cut them, okay? When you're using the Carcane, they can get out of there on their own, okay? The helping handle is going to help them get in the vehicle, get out of the vehicle, and it's going to give them that sense of independence, that sense of freedom that we start to lose as we get older, and there's certain things that we can't do anymore. You know, if the reason that you are not driving is because you can't get in and out of your car, we've got that solved for you right here. Now, if you just can't drive anymore, you know, I can't help you with that, but I can help you get in and out of your vehicle. And our friend Amanda, who is here visiting from New Orleans, she said that I love this for my mom. She needs assistance getting in and out of the car. She does. I know her mom, and she does. And this is one of those devices that I just feel that everybody everybody can benefit from. And Amanda made a great point just now. It fits in a purse. It'll fit in a briefcase. It'll fit in a suitcase if you travel. There's so many different ways that you can use your helping handle to get in and out of vehicles, okay? So keep this in mind. All right, we're gonna move on right now to our next item, but I just wanted to offer this up to everybody. Now, this is still gonna be available, even though we're moving on to our next item. You can go into our store, you can buy it for that $24.99 with the free shipping, but we're gonna move on right now. Now, I mentioned a moment ago, we're kind of in a driving theme right now. Everybody out there should have a dash cam, okay? You know, it's not just about the fact that, you know, you want to keep a memory of your drive. It's not that. It's because people lie. And what I mean by that is accidents are going to happen. You know, there's two types of people in the world that have, you know, that there are people that have had accidents and people are going to have accidents, even little tiny fender benders. But those are the worst sometimes because people will point fingers. They did it, that you ran a stop sign, they ran a stop sign. So many different people out there saying, you know, trying to save their skin, let's say. So they tell fibs, okay? This cannot be lied against. You cannot say, you know, that something happened when you've got it on camera if it didn't happen, okay? That's just a fact of life. This dash cam that we're selling right now is a really, really cool one that actually our friend Beth bought a couple weeks ago. Now that I'm thinking about it, Beth, who's in our live chat right now. And Beth actually reminded me, don't forget that seatbelt, the helping handle also will break your windows out and cut seatbelts if you get into an accident. That's just a bonus on there. Now, let's get back to the dash cam real quick. I want you to look at this guy right here. First of all, this is a fully featured dash cam, and the price on this is insane. It's only $64.99, and it's going to come to you with free shipping and handling. This is super easy to install. All you've got to do is use this suction cup mount and put it on your windshield. Done. It's that easy to do. For power, we give you this super long cord that plugs into it, and you can put this into a cigarette lighter, we used to call it back in the day, or nowadays they call it a power port, but it's got like a 12-foot long cord on there. So you can plug this in, run that cord to wherever you need to if you want to hide it. And then you also get, added bonus, a dash cam. Oh, Amanda said she just got her camera, which she bought like a week or so ago. That's awesome. This is actually a backup camera that comes with this as well. Now, this does need to be mounted outside of the car, and you should wire it in to your tail light so that when your backup lights come on, it's going to activate this. Here's the thing, though. A lot of people out there going, well, I'm out. That's too much for me. I can't deal with that. Here's the thing. Most of the cars that have been made in the last decade have backup cameras built in. So this, if you don't need it, don't worry about it, okay? Because at this price, at $64.99, that is crazy for a dash cam that does all this. 1080p high definition video. It has on the back of it, I'm going to turn this around so you can see it, a 4-inch massive screen on the back. Now, I have one of the largest cell phones that you can buy, and mine only has a 6.5-inch screen. This 4-inch screen, was the gold standard for cell phones just a couple of years ago, and that's certainly bigger than any other dash cam I've ever seen. It's bigger than the one that I had before we got these. I'm going to tell you that right now. As far as the image quality is concerned, take a look at how good the picture is on this bad boy right here. And I'm going to tell you something that's kind of sad. It always depresses me a little bit when I do this. The cameras in our studio probably cost 10 times as much. 10 times? Did I say 10 times, Lee? I meant 100 times as much as this. 100 times as much as this at $64.99. And I'm going to be honest with you, if you were here in the studio in person and looked at the image quality of both of them, you might wonder, did I get ripped off when I bought my cameras for the studio? Anything's possible. It could happen. So you've got the big screen on there, and that's a big bonus, okay? Here's the other thing about this. On the side of this, you're going to notice here, there's a menu going down the side here, okay? There are actual tactile buttons right here on the side that you press. So you're not using a touch screen and getting your fingerprints all over your beautiful color screen on here. You're actually using buttons that you press. And if I go down here and I go to the one that says menu, watch how easy this is. I press the menu button, I'm into the menu now. And I can go up and down, and there's so many features on this that you can do. For one thing, it records, you can hear it beeping. That's kind of cool. So you can hear it beeping. If I want to get out of the menu, I press the menu button again. Just backs you out. Just press it as many times as you need to get out of the menus. It records sound as well, because a lot of people out there like to hear the sound in their vehicle, so you can hear if there were screeching tires, if somebody yells something, you know, whatever. You can hear that, but you can also turn off the sound. So it doesn't have to record sound if you don't want it to, okay? It does something that they call looping recording. Now, what's that? That means that the memory card that you're going to put in here, okay, when it gets to the end of the memory card, when it's recorded over the entire thing, it's actually going to go back and start at the beginning again. So you don't have to empty the card unless you've had an accident, okay? Other thing about this is it has what they call a G-Shock sensor. If you do get into an accident, it's going to lock the clip of the accident. So you're not going to have to worry about losing that. Is Bill in the chat? Bill's in the chat. Wow. All right. So Bill's here too. So many people. By the way, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, we do have a Facebook simulcast going on right now. If you're watching us on DirecTV, Dish, or Uverse, we're also on Facebook as well. If you just search Shop Social TV, you'll find us. And there's a very lively chat going on this evening. Now, watch that white car right there. This is me driving in my truck about a month ago. And look at this. Now, I am much closer to him than that looks like, because he waited to the absolute last second to put on his blinker and to turn into that park that he was going into there, okay? Had I not had my cat-like reflexes, I could have run into the back of that guy, right? And it would have been my fault, because that's how that works, okay? If you run into somebody from the back, that's what happens, okay? Now, me being the kind of guy I am, I said, you know, officer, he jammed on his brakes. He brake checked me. There's nothing I could do about that. And the guy would say, no, I didn't, but I got it on camera. So I could prove that, and it would get me out of that, okay? That's a great feature of this as well. It also has a night vision feature that I'm going to show you right now. Let me just grab, you know what, I just realized, Lee, that's why you put the controls for the lights over here. Okay, folks, I'm coming back, folks. I'm not leaving. Okay, hi, I'm back. Oh, we're back to the video. All right, so there's that same guy in that white car. He's a little sus anyway. He's got a temporary tag on the back there. I kind of felt like that might have been expired. But anyway, let me show you the feature of the infrared that's on here. So there's so many features. It just takes me a while to work my way through all of them. Okay, so lights are coming off, all right, in our studio. Now, take a look at this right here. Look how well you can see me in this. And I want you to remember something too. When I'm looking straight on at you right here, there's absolutely no lights in front of me at all. Now, our cameras do a really good job of making it look like there's light in our studio because, 100 times what this cost, right? So they better do a good job, right? But I want you to see how things in here look kind of a grayish green scale. That's the infrared that's on there. So why do you want that? Well, if you're sitting in your car in a dark parking lot and you don't have your headlights on and somebody backs into you, guess what? If they turn their lights off, you can't see anything, you can see it with this, If somebody tries to break into your car at night in your driveway, two things are going to happen. This has a parking mode, right, where it will either do time-lapse videography in here, which means that every so often it's going to shoot a little video, or it has a sensor that if somebody hits your vehicle, then the camera is going to record that as well. You just have to have a constant source of power going to it. And some of the outlets in your car may do that. By the way, if you don't want to plug it into your power port, your cigarette lighter, you don't have to, okay? You can use a regular USB cable if you've got USB ports in your car. Just get a long one and run that into that, and it'll work off that too. So many things that this does, but the quality is the big deal for me. Now I'm going to turn my lights back on. Here we go. Just so you could see, take a look at this thing. Now, here's the other thing I want to show everybody. Notice how thin this is. And this is kind of, a lot of people are like, oh, that's not such a big thing. I want you to see something. First of all, that is really, really thin. So even if you're driving a small car, you're not going to feel like you've got this massive thing mounted to your windshield. That also makes it very convenient for travel. Just throw this in your luggage and take it with you. I always take one with me. Like I said at the beginning of the show, I'm flying up to Pennsylvania again tomorrow. I go every couple of weeks now, it seems. Guess what? I rent a car every time I go. I bring this camera with me every time I go. Oh, Judy asked a good question just now. Does the screen stay on going down the road? I'm glad you asked that question, Judy. There's actually a setting in the menu where you can tell it how long you want the screen to stay on. Okay, so, if I want my screen, I forget what the increments are, but I think it's like 10 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute. But you could tell it so that after you start driving, after you can see, okay, it's on, then it'll turn itself off. It's still recording, but you're not staring at the screen. Because I've had, in the past, dash cams that did that, where they didn't turn off, and I'd be sitting there like driving down the road looking at the screen. Not the greatest thing in the world. Certainly not safe. But with this, you don't have to worry about that. That's not going to be a problem for you. But again, it's full featured. It has the tactile buttons on the side. It shoots in 1080 high definition. It has the infrared. It has the parking sensor built into it. It has the G-Shock sensor that is going to know if you've been into an accident. If your car has hit something, then it's going to lock that clip in there. I mean, this thing is just loaded with things. Oh, you know what? Let's watch the video one more time, because there's something about the video that I didn't tell everybody about. And that is right here. There's a great shot for this. This has both wide dynamic range and high dynamic range. Now, what are those two things? What it means in a nutshell is that you can see the white of the clouds, but also see the darkest shadows and see detail in both. That's a big deal, because a lot of cameras and cell phones and things like that, they struggle. If it's too bright, it's blown out. That's what we say in television. It's blown out. Or if it's too small, or if it's too dark, you can't see any detail. With this, you're going to be able to see both. So it has what they call dynamic range, both wide and high, so it can see all of them. Now, what's Beth saying? Oh, but she's glad that it's thin, because she does have a tiny car. She really does, too. And she was worried about it being too big in your window. And that's the cool thing about this. It's not so big that you feel like, oh my, you're like trying to look around it. The screen is just big enough at 4 inches that you can easily read it and see it when you're sitting in your seat. That's a big deal, okay? And that's one of the reasons that I love this thing. I think the look of it, too, if I turn this around all the way again and everybody looks at this on the front here, it looks to me like an old camera. And I love that about it. It's kind of got that old-fashioned appeal. But trust me when I tell you, this thing is super duper high tech. Everything inside of this is high tech. The fact that it actually is as narrow as it is, that's kind of a big deal as well. All right, to be able to have that in there, to be able to do that. And that's not something that you can do with all. You're welcome, Judy. It's my pleasure to ask your question, to answer your questions. And that's really why we do this. One of the reasons that we do this is because the live chat is so that I can talk to people out there, so that people out there can ask me questions, and you guys can talk to each other at the same time. Ooh, something's going on here. I'm not sure exactly what's happening, but something's going on in the studio. It's always exciting here at Shop Social TV. You never know what's going to happen. Now, this is only $64.99. I mentioned all the features on this. If you think about the incredible long list and how long it took me to get through everything that this does, I think that tells you that at $64.99, it is 100% worth it to get this camera, okay? For your personal protection, if you've got young folks in your life that are out there driving for the first time, maybe they're driving away to college now, all of a sudden they've got to drive 2-3 hours. I had to drive 3.5 hours to go to school when I was in college. You know, we didn't have dash cams back then. Heck, we were just lucky to have TVs, I suppose. But, you know, to have a dash cam so that they can prove that they didn't do something wrong, should there be an accident, should there be an incident or anything like that. I really feel like this is worth its weight in gold. And I'm going to tell you something. We sell this probably at least once a week. And the reason we do that is because people ask for it. We had a gentleman the other night who actually bought 3 of these, one for every single car that he owns, okay? And I get that, and I think that's a really, really smart thing to do. By the way, if you're just joining us, thank you for tuning in, for watching us. If you're on TV, if you're watching us on television, guys, we're here every Tuesday and Thursday from 8 o'clock to 10. And if you're joining us on Facebook, or you want to join us on Facebook, go to Facebook, search Shop Social TV. We will come up and join the chat. Our chat is popping off tonight. There's a lot going on in there. All kinds of people asking questions, making comments. The nice thing is a lot of people have gotten products from us in the last couple of months that we've been on the air, and so they're starting to give us feedback on them, and everybody seems to like everything that we've been selling. So that makes me feel good, especially this dash cam. Sometime in the future I'm probably going to find a different dash cam to sell here, but just the fact that it comes with the power cable that runs in, that you get a backup camera whether you need it or not, it's there. But the price. I paid $99 for a camera that was similar to this without even all these features. $99, $64.99, free shipping here at Shop Social TV. Okay, we're going to move on to the next item. We're moving fast tonight, going from one thing to the next. The next item right here, JBL. You ever hear of that brand? JBL. The answer should be yes, because they're very, very popular. These are the JBL Bluetooth earbuds. Let's call them that. The Bluetooth, oh, it actually says that. They're Bluetooth earbuds. Comes in a really nice retail box right here. So if you're thinking about giving these as a gift, that's kind of awesome that it comes with that, all right? You've got different size tips that you can put on these, depending on whether you've got a big ear canal or a little ear canal. You get a chance to customize these. You've also got a charging cable that comes with this. You can charge these with any USB charger, but the case itself is also made to charge these earbuds. Oh, and Judy just said she has JBL speakers. Then you know the quality of JBL is there. All you do is you open this up. Now here's what they look like. I'm going to pull these guys out of here just so you can see. That's what these little guys look like right there, okay? They're very, very discreet. Now you notice when we first came to these, you do have a choice of colors. We've got blue, we've got black, we've got white, and we have pink. So you get a choice of whatever color that you wanna, you wanna get with these. These control functions on your phone as well when you put these in. You can raise and lower the volume. You can skip tracks. You can answer phone calls. There's so many things that you can do with these. Of course, you get full instructions with these. You get this lovely little instruction quick start guide is going to come with these as well. But basically, all you've got to do is pair these with your cell phone on Bluetooth. This is a Bluetooth headset, and they're going to allow you to do all the things I said: listen to music, watch videos on YouTube, or watch us on Facebook. There's so many different ways you can do this. When you want to recharge them, when you're done with them, you just drop that in there. Magnetically, it goes in. You close the case, and that's going to recharge for the next time. Now, the time that you get on these is absolutely crazy, okay? And I'm going to pick up the box here and just tell you. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, these have noise canceling microphones built into them. There's 4 microphones, 2 on each one of the earbuds. So if you're on a phone call, and let's say there's a lot of noise in the background, and Amanda says that's an amazing price for wireless earbuds with this variety of features, and you're not lying, because they are. It is an amazing price. But it'll cancel out the background noise. So if I'm walking down the street in a big city and I'm on a phone call and I'm thinking like, man, no one's going to be able to hear me because of all this background noise, it's going to cancel that out. They'll hear your voice clearly. They're not going to hear the noise in the background. The other thing about these too, and I'm looking at the box because it says on here, here we go. All right. So when you have these in your ear, and these are Bluetooth 5.2, if you charge them for only 10 minutes, let's say they're at complete 0, you've run them all the way down, you've been listening to music all day long, right? They're at 0. If you charge them for 10 minutes, they're going to give you 2 hours of battery life. In 10 minutes, that's insanity. That is the quickest charge I've ever heard of. Now here's another thing. If you are on the phone and you're talking and it's using the automatic noise cancellation, you're going to get 8 hours of time out of these. Okay? If you're not using the noise cancellation, you're going to get 10 hours of time out of these and 30 hours of standby time, meaning I can walk around with these even if I'm not using them, and they're going to last for 30 hours. By the way, this will charge these many, many times over and over again, and in the front of this, there's actually a tiny little LED. It's kind of hard to see on camera, I think, but there's a tiny LED in there that tells you what the charge state is as well. So, now, if you're somebody out there and you're like, I barely use my cell phone, I'm not going to use Bluetooth headsets. All right, it's not all about you. Think about the other people in your life, all right? And listen, I'm going to tell you something right now. It's getting harder and harder and harder for me to buy gifts for the young people in my life because I don't know what they like anymore. They're getting older. Their tastes are going all over the place. I don't know what they like. I'll tell you one thing I know, though. I know they've all got cell phones, and I know they all listen to music, and this is going to work with their cell phones. It'll work with a tablet. It'll work with an iPad. What'd you say, Lee? Podcasts. A lot of people, thank you, Lee. A lot of people out there listen to podcasts. You can walk around, sit around, whatever you want to do, and listen to what you want to listen to, not bother anybody around you, okay? So this is definitely something you want to pick up on. Now, this is just a little quick presentation, but remember what you're getting. You're getting the recharging case right here where they both fit in there. You've got the 2 earbuds that fit in there with those stems on them because they each have 2 microphones apiece, 4 microphones total in there. You get the alternative sizes in the tips so that if your ears are bigger or smaller, you can use these and get a custom fit with them. And you get the charging cable, and it all comes in the retail box right there. And don't forget, noise cancellation is the way when you're talking about being out there on a street and trying to talk to people, okay? So give us a call, $34.99 for these with free shipping. 888-247-8712 is the phone number, 888-247-8712. Okay, now moving on. Next item. Yeah, that's right, we're moving fast tonight. What about it? So here's the next item that we've got. This is a solar charger power bank, and this one has the largest capacity of any that we've sold so far on our show. 27,000 milliamp hours. What does that mean? That means my cell phone could be charged over 5 times on this. And I'm just going to show you something. This is my cell phone. This thing is massive, okay? The fact that I could take this and charge this that many times with this thing has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery in the cell phone. Most of the chargers you're going to run across are 10,000. You see these deals all the time. We're like, well, you can buy 1, 2, 3 of our 10,000 milliamp hour battery packs. Guess what? If you do that, right, you got to carry all 3 of them. And even then, it's half of what this will do. 27,000 milliamp hour batteries. Let's go through all the other features on this as well. Take a look at this guy, okay? First of all, when you look at this, this is substantial, okay? This is a really nice piece of kit, as I like to say. It's rubberized on the sides, on the corners, okay? So if you drop this, it's not going to get damaged. Massive solar panel on this. So you have a choice when you put power into this, when you recharge this unit. You can either use the sun, which is awesome if you're camping, or there's been a blackout and you go a couple days without power. You don't have to worry about, oh gosh, how am I going to recharge my charger that's charging my cell phone? Boom. You just sit in the sun and it's going to recharge. So that's a great feature, okay, on that. If I flip it over, guess what this one has? Built-in power cables. That's insane, okay? It has a USB-C charger for most of your things that you're going to run across are going to use USB-C, Android too. Then here you've got a USB-A cable. That's to recharge this. If you don't even have to worry about having, I don't have a charger to charge the charger. You just plug this in, okay? So that's easy. Then it's got an Apple Lightning cable built into it as well. You can charge up to 4 different devices on this, which is just amazing. Oh, wait, I'm not done. So on this side, and this is waterproof, by the way, on the side. Now, don't throw it in the water. I'm saying if it gets rained on, it's going to be okay. On this side here, underneath this gasket, this orange gasket that's on the side, you've got 2 USB-A ports, and then you've got a USB-C in the middle. The USB-C in the middle is actually for charging this, just to give you an option. If you've got a USB-C charger and a cable, you could do that. And then one last thing I want to show you. Okay, right down here, flashlights built in. So when I press and hold the button, the flashlights come on. You can see those are really bright. They're blinding the camera. Press it again, it's going to tap out SOS. A lot of people out there don't know Morse code anymore, but you start seeing a light doing this, guess what? They're going to know. Hey, Christina Rice is in the chat on Facebook, and she said the earbuds are amazing, and she has 2 of these solar chargers. She's been through a storm or 2. She knows. She says they're priceless to have, and you're welcome, Christina. My pleasure to present this to you. That's SOS. Press it one more time, and it actually does a strobe feature. I'm not going to let that go too long because I know there are people out there that are sensitive to that. But the neat thing about the strobe feature is that it's disorienting if there's like an attack or an animal that's bothering you. But the other thing about the strobe is that if you just set this on top of your car at night, it's going to let oncoming traffic know something's up. Because anytime you see a flashing light, you want to get away from that, okay? So a lot of great features on this. Now watch what I can do though. If I press that button on the side, it's going to turn this on, and there is actually a battery meter on here. Oh, there it is. There's a little battery meter right there. You can see these blue LEDs. That tells me what the charge in this is, and right now this is fully charged. Now, watch what I can do. I'm going to take out the charging cable for the iPad. Notice, built in, flush to the body when I'm not using it. I'm going to plug it into this iPad right here, just like that, okay? Look at the iPad. It just turned on, and it tells you that it's charging, okay? Then I'm going to take this fan right here, and I'm going to plug this guy in the other side. Because remember what I said? I can do multiple devices at one time. So I'm going to open up the gasket. I'm going to take this guy right here, and this is a USB-A. Just got to find the right orientation for that. I always get that wrong. There we go. Okay, so now this fan is recharging. This is a rechargeable fan. By the way, these things, if you ever have a hurricane, you ever have a blackout in the summer, bam, you got to get one of those because those things are amazing. By the way, this charger right here, this is a charger, believe it or not. It's only 10,000 milliamp hour battery, okay, in this one. I mean, actually, this one may not even be that much. What does that say in the back here? I'll tell you what this is right now. Oh, no, it's 10,000. That's 10,000. Has none of the features, though. If I don't have a cable, what am I doing with this thing? It's a brick. What can I do with it? Nothing. The answer is nothing, okay? So with ours, you've got the built-in cables. Then I could pull this cable out. Remember what I said about my cell phone being like the biggest cell phone known to man? I can plug this in just like that, and now my cell phone is charging. You just see that little lightning bolt come on there. So now I've got, let's see, a fan. I've got a full, well, an iPad mini sitting right here, and I've got a cell phone all charging off of the same device at the same time, okay? So this is a must-have, plus the built-in flashlights. I mean, this is something you want in your emergency kits. You want it in your junk drawer. You want to carry one in your car. It's for camping. It's for fishing. It's for hunting. It's for those blackouts. It's for RVers out there. For, you know, if you've ever gone on a long road trip and you had the kids in the back seat, and they're playing on a gaming system, and that thing starts to go down, brother, you better charge that thing right away. Because the minute that thing goes off, it's going to be mayhem in the back seat. You don't need that, okay? This is perfect for those trips as well. Just throw it in the back seat to the kids. Go, here, charge your thing. Go ahead, do it. And that's perfect for that, okay? Oh, Christina says she has a small USB tea kettle that worked effortlessly during the power outage. You know, that's the cool thing about these, too. Because if you get the ones that have the higher power output, they're going to work better. Laura's getting tired and going to bed. Man, I wish I could go to sleep this early. It's physically, biologically, I can't. My body won't let me. It's a thing. But let's get back to the charger here. Now, for this price at $59.99, you are getting a ton of usability out of this. If you think about the fact that it's got in the built-in cables, so you don't even have to look for those. Because a lot of times, you know, with a charger, you got to have the right cable for it. Well, you got them. They're here. They're built in. And when I'm done charging things, watch this. I'm going to take my cell phone back, put a little charge on that guy, put it in my pocket. If I take this cable and I just run my finger down it like this, look at that. It disappears. It's flush mount to the body. Same thing with this. I'm going to unplug the iPad. And again, you just press down like that. Now that's flush mount to the body. And then you just unplug, let's say I'm unplugging this fan that's on the end here. And all I'm going to do is take that gasket, press that in, put that in place, and now this is sealed down on the end here. Then I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it outside. I'm going to let the sun do its job. I'm going to let it actually come and charge this for me. You know, and if you're a camper, if you're somebody out there that likes to go hiking, you like to go in the woods, you like to camp, okay? You got to get one of these. Because think about this. My cell phone will last about a full day. Actually, my cell phone actually lasts a full day and then a little bit, okay? I could go for a week and charge my phone just off of this. Like, I wouldn't even have to bring a charger if I had this with me. I could plug my phone into this and absolutely charge it every single night, and it wouldn't be any kind of a problem. And this will charge my phone, as I mentioned, more than 5 times just out of this device alone, of 27,000 milliamp hours. And here's the other thing too. The more milliamp hours, the higher cost you're going to see, okay? That is not going to happen with this guy right here, okay? The price on this at $59.99 is just crazy for all the features you get. Yeah, you might be able to get something vanilla like this that's just a charger. But again, this is only 10,000 milliamp hours on this battery. Anita, nice seeing you, Anita. Thank you for stopping by tonight and joining us here. By the way, folks, if you're watching us on TV, we are Shop Social TV. The social part means that we are on Facebook doing a simulcast through the entire broadcast, and I am talking to the people in the chat right now on Facebook. I can see everything that they're saying. They can ask me questions. That's happened several times tonight. And it's just fun. It's a lot of fun. We've got a great community of people that come in here and join us here on Shop Social TV. The other thing about us here at Shop Social is we don't charge shipping. Everything that we sell, we price it so that Shipping's included. You don't have to worry about paying an additional charge. The crazy thing is that our prices are lower than you're going to find a lot of places, even with the shipping being already taken care of. $59.99 for this with free shipping is nuts. What you got to do, though, if you want this, is you've got to call us at 888-247-8712, 888-247-8712, or go to the website, shopsstv.com, or if you're really cool, if you're one of the cool kids, use the QR code down there. Because if you use that QR code, then you can get to the page, the website, on our website for this very item and just order it instantly. There's nothing you have to do. You don't have to talk to anybody. You know, you don't have to like scroll around and look for things. It takes you right there so that you can get in there and bam. All right. Now, we're going to keep with our, well, actually, no, I was going to say our driving theme. This isn't really for driving. We're going to move on to our next item. It is for seeing people, though. This is our live streaming camera that is high definition 1080p, which stands for progressive camera, which just means you're going to get a much better looking picture off of this. This is made by a little company called Logitech. Perhaps you've heard of it. Actually, it's a very big name in the webcam business. What's neat about this guy, about this particular webcam, is the fact that it will work in different aspect ratios. Now, what's an aspect ratio? You ever see, like on your phone, it'll say portrait or it'll say landscape? Same thing with like a printer. You can print things in portrait or landscape. So portrait is when it's long and thin going up and down this way. Landscape is when it's longer side to side, okay? So if you look at videos like on YouTube, they're in landscape orientation, okay? But if you look at videos on Instagram or Facebook or a lot of other things, they're going to be in the portrait mode. This will do both. And it gives you, you get two different mounts with this. I've been looking at the wrong camera this whole time. No one told me. You're going to get two different mounts with this. One of them mounts to your laptop, and that's what I've got going on right here. And by the way, this will mount on any laptop. It just attaches to the screen. This whole base on this is articulated. Even the camera inside the mount moves up and down. It has a very long cable on here. The cable's 3 feet long, so you've got plenty of distance that you can use this with. But you literally just clip it to the top of your monitor like that and plug it into the computer. It uses a USB-C port, which is kind of the thing right now that everybody uses. And then instantly, the computer recognizes it, and all the programs that you use will recognize this. And I'm talking about Facebook, I'm talking about Instagram, I'm talking about, you know, if you're going to do a live chat with somebody, if you're going to do Google Meet, if you're going to do, you know, WebEx, you know. And my friend Bill just said here, Logitech makes great web cameras. Bill in our chat, they really, really do. And I'm going to tell you something. So back when, if you remember when the pandemic was happening and everybody was like working from home, I bought one of these, okay? And because Logitech's been around for a minute. And I'm going to tell you something, the picture quality of this is amazing, but there's something else about these too. They have a built-in microphone. So you get audio, you get video, the picture quality is amazing, and you're going to notice something too. This guy right here, I was talking about the orientation, so right here, let's say I'm shooting something for maybe TikTok. Maybe it's not for you. Maybe it's like you've got grandkids, maybe you've got nieces and nephews that want to be influencers, or, you know, they just like making videos for fun. This is going to be the orientation for that, but then watch this, it just pops right out of there, and you change the orientation, and now it's, you know, allowing you to do the landscape mode. Here's the other mount that it comes with. So you're getting two different mounts with this. This one is actually mounted to a tripod because it's threaded on the bottom. So you get that one, because a lot of times someone that's trying to be an influencer, maybe they're shooting videos for work or whatever, they're going to want that. This is the one that actually mounts to your laptop screen, or even just a regular computer screen, because you could use this even if you've got like a tower computer. You could use this for that screen as well, you know, when you're doing that. And what does they say? Keyboard and desktop is a Logitech, and mouse for years. She's had it for 14 years. Logitech makes good stuff, and it lasts. And what is Charlene saying here? I work more later hours than earlier hours in retail for over 40 years. Yeah, I hear you. You know what kind of hours I work. But let's watch this video real quick. I actually shot this video with this very webcam. Take a look and take a listen. So this is the quality that you're going to get from your stream cam. It is 1080p, 60 frames a second. I don't know if that means anything to you, but it means it's going to look really good. Not to mention it has a built-in microphone that is better than whatever you have in your laptop. And the beauty of this is that it'll work with all of your programs that need a camera, meaning you can use it with Facebook, you could use it with FaceTime. whatever it is that you use to communicate with your loved ones, Zoom if you're using it for business, Teams by Microsoft, any of those, this camera is going to work with them. Has a 5-foot cord on it, so you could have it a good distance away, and it even comes with 2 different ways to mount it. One on top of the laptop, as I have it right now, or it has a threaded mount, so you could actually put it on a tripod if you needed to. Not to mention the fact that this camera works in both landscape and portrait mode, which is used for Instagram, Facebook, when you're doing actual posts that you want to put up there. So you can see this is a great quality camera that you're buying right now. You know, I want to ask my director Lee something. Do you think that we should just get 4 of these Logitech cameras and just get rid of our studio cameras? Because they just look so good. I mean, that video looked amazing, okay? Now, I actually took my laptop and I spun it around. All you're doing is plugging this in. The neat thing about these cameras is that it automatically recognizes it. So there's really nothing that you've ever got to do. Now, if you're looking at it going like, oh, the color looks a little washed out. Remember, you're looking at this on a different screen. My screen with the lights in here and the different color temperature, there's a lot going on, okay? But I want you to be able to see the quality. Oh, Lee just said, and your screen's a little dirty too. Hey. Listen, this was spur of the moment here. I just got this inspiration to turn this thing around. But I want everybody to see this. Now, one thing that I'm going to show you, I'm going to spin this back around again. I want you guys to see something else here. I'm going to turn this around. When this is on, I don't know if anybody out there knows what a tally light is, but in television, when a camera is on, let me tilt that down so it's not looking at the screen, at the lights there. There we go. All right. There's a little tiny white light. You see that right there? That little white light comes on whenever the camera's active. So you'll know if you're being broadcast to the world or not, if you know what I'm saying. So that's going to let you know. But ordinarily, if you're looking at this, it's going to be, and there's the side view, so you can see how that's mounted to the screen. That's how that sits right there on the screen. I'll get out of the way so you can really see that. Look at that, see? And it'll fit any size screen. So I don't care if you're using like a desktop computer and you've got a bigger monitor, it'll fit on that. Or if you got, like my laptop, you can see how skinny the screen is on this, like crazy skinny. That works perfectly on there as well. Now, if you're, somebody who doesn't use a computer a lot, and you're like, I don't do TikTok, I don't do Instagram, I barely do Facebook, I'm not gonna be doing any of this stuff. My mom, actually, I bought her a camera years ago so that she and I could talk on Facebook. In fact, I just talked to her last week with that. I know I should talk to her more often. But that's the only way I ever see her because she lives up north. She lives up in the New York area, and I'm down here in Florida. So, there's a little bit of a distance there. There's a little bit of a gap, all right? But it makes you feel like you're with that person. So if you've got grandkids you want to stay in touch with, kids you want to stay in touch with, nieces and nephews you want to stay in touch with, maybe they are people that work from home still. Maybe they work remotely. Get them a camera like this, because I'm going to tell you something. In the world of webcams, this stream cam is literally top tier. It is one of the absolute best. And look at the price that we're offering it for here, $149.99. You're like, whoa, that's a lot of money, Lou. Actually, it's not. And here's why. Because I went online and I looked to see what the pricing was for this camera, okay, other places. And guess what, guys? $200, $199 was the best price that I could find. $199, okay? We're selling it for $50 less here at Shop Social TV. That's what I'm trying to tell you, okay? So now, if you've got somebody in your life that is hard to buy for, my wife Kelly tells me this all the time. Like she's like, you have everything, and if you see something you want, you just go and buy it. I kind of do, all right? I'm blessed that way. I can do that, But I'm also an electronics geek, so I'll go out and I'll buy stuff, and then she'll be like, oh, do you have one of these? I'm like, yeah, I got one, that kind of thing. If you don't know, what to get somebody, this is a really cool gift, because even if they have a webcam, once they plug this in and look at it, they're going to throw theirs away. They're going to be like, I don't want that. I want this. But again, if you've got somebody in your life that's older, or if you yourself are getting on in years, all right, and you want to talk to the grandkids, you want to talk to the nieces and nephews, your friends, having a webcam that you can use with Facebook, that you can use with, a Microsoft Teams, or use it with Google Meet, or use it with FaceTime. I mean, any of these things. You can absolutely, and these do work, by the way, with Apple products as well. Let's watch that video one more time here, just so you can get, again, a feel for how it looks and how it sounds. So this is the quality that you're going to get from your stream cam. It is 1080p, 60 frames a second. I don't know if that means anything to you, but it means it's going to look really good. Not to mention it has a built-in microphone that is better than whatever you have in your laptop. And the beauty of this is that it'll work with all of your programs that need a camera, meaning you can use it with Facebook, you could use it with FaceTime, whatever it is that you use to communicate with your loved ones, Zoom if you're using it for business, Teams by Microsoft, any of those, this camera is going to work with them. Has a 5-foot cord on it, so you could have it a good distance away, and it even comes with 2 different ways to mount it. One on top of the laptop, as I have it right now, or it has a threaded mount, so you could actually put it on a tripod if you needed to. Not to mention the fact that this camera works in both landscape and portrait mode, which is used for Instagram, Facebook, when you're doing actual posts that you want to put up there. So you can see this is a great quality camera that you're buying right now. That guy looks just like the guy that was talking about the helping handle for the car earlier. It's weird. Anyway, so if you're interested in this one at $149.99, and again, it's $50 less than I've seen at other places, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you give us a call right now at 888-247-8712, 888-247-8712, and take advantage of this amazing price that we're offering this at with all the features. Now, if you're just joining us, let me go back to the beginning here and I'll explain this to you one more time, the different things that you can do with this, okay? This is one of the rare breed of cameras that allows you to use it in 2 different orientations. You can use it in landscape mode, you can use it in portrait mode, okay? Not all webcams are created equally. This one is from Logitech. It's a name that is huge in the electronics industry, especially for the webcams. This particular one is called their StreamCam version. One thing I didn't mention is when you get the instructions for this, and I think I even put a link on the website where you could download things if you wanted to. Particularly, there's an app you can put on your computer. You don't have to have it. But if you do put it on there, it gives you crazy, crazy control, and you can adjust all kinds of things on this camera. But I'm going to tell you, right out of the box, the picture quality in this thing, you saw it in the video just a second ago. It looked great. It sounds great. The built-in microphones are definitely better than whatever you've got on your computer, okay? So it's totally worth that. You get the 2 different mounts. You get the mount to put on a computer screen, whether it's just a separate monitor or it's a laptop. This is going to work for those. And then you get the threaded mount that you can put on a tripod if you want to, because there are some people that want to mount their cameras at different angles and different places in different ways. You can 100% do that with this. But remember, it is fully customizable in terms of whether you want to shoot landscape or you want to shoot in portrait mode on here. And all you have to do is plug it into a USB-C port on any computer, and the computer recognizes it instantly. And I love that, you know, because gone are the days we had to download drivers and do all kinds of crazy stuff. This is easy, easy, easy. So again, if you're somebody who's not, you know, the most computer literate person in the world, you just plug this in. And it's going to work with all those applications you've been hearing about, especially if you've got relatives, young ones, that you want to stay in touch with in different parts of the country, different parts of the world. This is a great way to be able to reach out, to be able to stay in touch with them and use that picture that's on here, the beautiful picture quality on this, as well as the microphone that's built in there. Because you heard that video, how good that sounded. A lot of times you'll buy a camera like this, and the microphones are just not good in them. Or they don't have a microphone at all, it's just a camera, and they're relying like on your laptop or your computer to have a monitor or a microphone for you to use. That's not the case with this. They just assume right away that it's going to be a better microphone, and it is, than probably anything that you've got right now. And it doesn't matter whether you've got an older computer or a new computer, doesn't matter. This Logitech StreamCam is going to work with all of them. $149.99 is the price, free shipping right here. That's $50 off the retail price you're going to see out there on the streets. This product was brand new about a week or so ago. Oh, by the way, Lee, I didn't mention this the entire time. I think we have a still of this somewhere. You can get it in white. It comes in black that you see right here, or you can get it in white as well, black or white. whichever one you want, you can get that, okay? Here we go, boom. Actually, we did see that at the very beginning. Black or white are your choices. Now, why would you want the white one? A lot of people out there, they don't want black, or they've got a white computer, or they got a silver computer because it's a Mac. You know, this will work with those as well. So, you know, you don't have to worry that it's not going to work with your Apple products if you're one of them. You can absolutely do that. I'm kidding. My wife, Kelly, actually has all Apple stuff. So, you know, we're equal opportunity here at Shop Social TV. It's okay. So again, call 888-247-8712. Speak to our operators. $149.99, free shipping on this, or go to our website, shopsstv.com, and you can see all the products that we showed you tonight. The webcam, the battery charger, the earbuds from JBL, those were great. The dash cam that's been super popular here, and then the helping handle to help you get in and out of your car. I'm sorry, Lee, what'd you say? Oh, all right. We're going to take a quick little break here, let you watch a video that tells you how to order, and then we're going to move on to our next item. Stay there. We're glad you're here shopping with friends. We offer 3 easy ways to buy today's featured deals and much more. You can either call the phone number on your screen, visit our website at shopsstv.com, or open the camera on your cell phone, point it at the QR code on the screen, and open the link that pops up. You'll be taken to shopsstv.com, where you'll find today's deals plus other exciting products. While you're visiting shopsstv.com, be sure to explore the whole website to see everything we have to offer. We're always adding new hand-picked items. Subscribe to our email newsletter so you never miss a show. Call, browse, or click the QR code and start shopping with friends today. Okay, we're back live. Did you like that? Did you notice in the video there they were scrolling through our website? So you can look at our website either on a mobile device like your phone, a tablet, an iPad, anything like that, or on your computer. And P.S., do you know who built our website? My wife, Kelly. That's who built the website. The birthday girl. It's her birthday this weekend, everybody. So wish Kelly a happy birthday. Okay, let's move on to our next item here. And this is another one that was super popular. So we got a different variation on the one that we've been selling for a while. This is right here, folks, your anti-theft crossbody travel shoulder bag. Meaning you can wear this across your chest, you can wear it over your shoulder, however you want to wear this. What's neat about this one right here is that, oh, I meant to put this in here. That's what's, I was like, why is this open on the back here? What's neat about this one is it's very, very cavernous in terms of storage space, but it's not so big that when you have this on your person, on your body, that it's going to get in the way. So let me take out of my pocket here. You know what, Lee? You know what's missing from out here? I think my other phone is missing, or unless I already put it in here. I may have done that. I think I did do that. It's up here. Okay, so let me show you what this is like. First of all, on this, there's 3 different compartments on here, okay? You've got this big compartment. Actually, there's one that's hidden right here that you can't see, which is kind of cool. Look at that. There's one right there that you can zip open and close. There's another compartment here in the middle. And then right here on the back of this, you've got a third massive compartment that's actually compartmentalized in, itself as well, okay? And you can see that is just a big, big, big compartment back there. Has a nice long adjustable shoulder strap on this. Now you get a choice of colors. You can have black or you can have this beautiful gray color right here. It's kind of more of a heather color. I like that quite a bit, actually. And the funny thing is you don't even notice that there's another pocket on there, I don't think. The strap on this is fully adjustable. It is a nice thick nylon strap that's about 1.5 inches, 2 inches wide on that. All the fittings on this are metal. All the buckles are metal. All the buckles for adjustments are metal. The zippers are metal on here. So this is a really well-made bag. And there's also this little grommet up here that you can put headphones through if you want to, okay? So there's a lot of nice features that come with this, but here's why you want to buy this, right? I'm gonna put this on, and the way you wear this is you just kind of slide this over your head like that, right? Now, this is a chest/shoulder bag, and here's why. Notice, okay, it's crossbody on me, right? So it's distributing the weight up here and here, which is nice because I'm not like being pulled one way or being pulled the other way. This is really, really nice the way that this fits you, okay? Fully adjustable on this. So if you do feel like you're in a situation where you're feeling a little, you know, dangerous, like you're in a kind of a sketchy area, you can wear this in the front and just keep your hands on this just like that, okay? And that makes it very, very safe by doing that. Or, watch this. You can just take this and slide it down to your side like that. And that's the way I would wear it most of the time, is down here on my side as I'm walking around, out there, going out and about. It's a good looking bag too, I think. Look at that. Just to give you an idea of how, good looking this is. But now I'm going to show you how much you fit in this bag. All right, so let me come back up here. I'm going to take the bag off. I want you to see this. It's going over my head, Lee. It's coming off. All right, there's the bag right there. Now watch this. I'm going to start emptying this out. Let's start from the back. Why wouldn't we? All right, here's the biggest pocket on here. So I got an eyeglass case. I got a flashlight. I got, there's that 10,000 milliamp hour charger. Blech, I like ours better. Right there, we've got some sanitizing hand wipes. I've got a map. Look at the size of this map. It's almost as big as the entire thing. And I got car keys. So all that was in there. Imagine if I was trying to carry all this in my pocket. And I'll tell you why you don't want to carry stuff like this in your pocket. Here's the other phone. Got a big old cell phone in here. Got an ID case in here. Anything else in there? That's it for that one. Now watch this. One more pocket on the front here. What could be in this one? We're going to open this up all the way down. And on this pocket on the front, my favorite thing, money. There's my wallet. And my room keys. So if you're out there and you're on vacation somewhere, you're doing the, wait a minute, and also a pair of earbuds. Not the good JBL ones, though. Who put these in here? These are garbage. But here's what this looks like when there's nothing in it, and I want you to see how skinny that is. I mean, it is downright thin when there's nothing inside of this. And yet, I'm going to show you something that's kind of cool about this. Look at how it expands. Look how wide the back of this gets right here. This whole section, that's the biggest pocket on there. It's absolutely massive how big this thing gets. So if I'm going to go on tour someplace, I'm going to a city and I'm going to be playing tourist out there, I'm going to take my map with me. And I'm going to put, by the way, there's also a zippered pocket in here. So if you wanted to put something in a separate zippered pocket, I'll show you that. See that right there on the inside? Zippered pocket on the inside. Take the shot, Lee. Don't be afraid. Because look at that. There you go. Thanks, buddy. You can see right there. There's your big zipper, and that's zippered. Okay, so if I wanted to put something in that I could. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to take the map, and I can actually make that map go up into this section up here, which is kind of neat. So longer things, longer objects, like that little tripod I was carrying around before, would fit in here as well, okay? Then if I want to start putting stuff away in here, I'm going to put in my, my charging brick right there. I'm going to put in my eyeglasses. I'm going to put in my ID case right there. I'm going to close the, actually, wait, you know what? Let's put the hand sanitizer in there too. Why wouldn't I? Because if you're out and about walking in a big city, you don't know where people's hands have been. By the way, this is only $24.99. This is made of a very high-grade denier nylon, okay? This is like a suitcase material. So it's going to last a very, very long time. Going to put my cell phone in here. And what else? My room key's going to go in the front. I'm going to put my flashlight in here. Yeah. Put my earbuds in there just like that. You know what? I don't want to put the keys in with my cell phone because I'm worried that it's going to scratch them. So I'm just going to drop it in this pocket because I got plenty of room. Why wouldn't I? And then in the front pocket here, the easiest access for me, we're going to put in my money and we're going to put in my room key just like that. Okay? And you can see how everything just fits right in there. No problem. Zip that closed. Boom. And we're good to go. It's that simple to do. Judy just said, wow, I think it's the first time that I've seen how slim it is when it's empty and how wide it can get. Now look at that. I showed you a moment ago how skinny this got. And look at that right there, Judy. I mean, this thing gets, it's positively cavernous how big this gets. Now, to adjust it, all you have to do is just grab this and just slide that, what do they call this thing, Lee? The slider. Slide the slider up and down on here to adjust the strap. That's the word I couldn't find, strap. To adjust that strap right there. Now, let's talk about how big this is, okay? If folks at home are wondering, I'm going to show you the size on this behemoth of a bag. Take a look right here. And by the way, I'm kidding about behemoth because it's not a big bag, but it does hold a lot. It's about 12 inches tall, as you see right there. From the ground, about 11 and a half, 12 inches. No, it's 12 inches tall. Across the back at the widest point from one side to the other right there, you can see it's about 6.5 going across that way. So 12 by 6.5, it's pretty big. Annie said I would use as a purse. Actually, you absolutely 100% could, and it's probably safer too, and I'm going to show you how to wear this again. All right, I'm going to put this on just like this, put it over my head. And remember what I said, if you're riding, like, let's say, I'm going to use the subway as an example, just because I grew up in New York, and that's the place that used to scare me. If you're riding on the subway, okay, you can absolutely put this across your chest like that and keep your hands over it. Nobody's getting that if you're doing that, okay? Or if you're in a situation, maybe you're out touring a city someplace, you know, maybe you got kids, grandkids, nieces and nephews that are in college. This is great for them. Well, you know, they're probably going to wear it like this and wear it on their side. And it's actually super comfortable, even though, you know, it's got a lot in here. Super comfy to carry this around like that. Me personally, you know what, I would probably wear this just a little bit lower. And again, if I just want to adjust it, I'm just going to find that strap on here. Where is that thing? There it is. And just pull this down a little bit and see it just falls down. So now it's kind of riding on my hip, which for me is pretty comfortable, all right? And again, here's the thing too. It comes in two colors. You can get it in this gray, this beautiful heather gray color, or you can get it in just straight up black. If you're somebody out there that just loves that black, you can do that 100%. These are very cool looking, I think. I like the design of this one quite a bit. It's $24.99 with free shipping. Choice of colors, as I mentioned. Give us a call at 888-247-8712. 888-247-8712 is the number. Go to the website, shopsstv.com, or use that QR code that's down there at the bottom of the screen, okay, to get you in there to be able to buy one of these bad boys. Now, here's the thing about these, okay, and this is important that you understand this. And by the way, if you wanted to wear it on your back, all you're going to do is reverse it and do it that way. Oop, and try not to get it on your microphone at home. But look at this. So you can wear this on your back as well if you want to. Now, here's the thing, though. Actually, it's pretty darn comfortable this way, too. But here's the thing, though. If you're going to wear this on your back, I want you to listen to what I'm going to say, okay? You could do it. But if you're in a highly populated area and one that maybe has a high crime area, there's a saying out there that once it's on your back, it's not yours anymore, meaning that anyone can get into this bag if it's on my back. And now, I'm not saying, like, you know, most people I wouldn't know if they were trying to go in there, but there are people that spend their days practicing to be able to get into your pockets and to get into your back, all right, or your backpack. And actually, I've seen videos of people stealing from tourists by just walking behind them and as they're walking, opening up their backpacks or cutting their backpacks to get into them. With this, if this is in front of me, you got to have some kind of crazy audacity. I mean, it's going to be the kind of situation where no matter what you got, you're going to give it to them. You know what I'm saying? You're getting held up at that point. But if they're just trying to be stealthy about it, they're not going to get into this because of where this is. Even if it's on my side, chances are I'm going to be walking with my arm over it like that. They're not going to get into this guy when I'm wearing it like this, okay? And it's a nice size. You saw how much stuff I had in here. This holds a ton of stuff. It's a good size too, 12 inches top to bottom, 6.5 going side to side. So you're getting a nice amount of space. You know what I didn't measure, Lee? I didn't measure the depth. And we're going to do that right now. Let's measure the depth on this, because that's kind of a big, significant feature. So it folds flat when there's nothing in it, but it is about 4 inches, just about 3.5, 4 inches out, because I don't have it fully stuffed. So I'm going to say it's about 4 inches deep as well. That's pretty darn good. Now, who said they missed the colors on this? Thank you, Judy, for stepping in there. Gray or black? Oh, and so did Charlene. Everybody's jumping in and answering the questions. Yes, it comes in two colors. Thank you, Lee. Comes in the gray, comes in the black right there, as you can see. So you could, you know, get it in either or both. At $24.99, maybe you should. You know what I mean? Have it to go with all your outfits out there when you're out and about. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, actually, yeah. So Lee was just saying to me, you know, Lee, our director, has 3 kids, and he was just saying how he should get one of these to take on trips with him so that his wife isn't having to carry everything for the kids, and that's actually a really good point. Because a lot of times for guys out there, we don't, you know, it's either a backpack or it's nothing, okay? This right here is a great alternative to a big old backpack. First of all, backpacks hurt my back. I'm not going to lie. They really hurt my back. And Judy on our Facebook chat just said that this is the Goldilocks size. She's not wrong. This is really that perfect size. It almost looks like a tiny little backpack, but you wear it on your chest. You know, yes, I showed you. You could wear it on your back if you want to, but it's a crossbody. So when I put this on, I'm going to slap this over my head again here like this. See the way that just fits right there? So if I'm in that sketchy area and I'm a little nervous, I'm a little nerved up, my spider senses are tingling, I'm going to put my hands across here like this, and it's going to protect the bag. No one's getting into that. Or if I'm, you know, just out and about, we're doing the tourist thing, I'm at a theme park maybe, I'm going, you know, I'm a tourist in a, stranger in a strange land, as they say, right there, carry all my stuff there. Beth just said guys hand their stuff to their wives. What about it? I mean, no, yes, that does happen, but that's the whole point of this. This is unisex. This is for men. This is for women. Anybody could use this. And I think that's part of the design of this as well, is that anyone could wear it. Like if I were walking around wearing this, I don't think anybody would say boo to me about it, just because it's a good look. And I like the gray on this too. I'm really partial to the gray. A lot of times I don't pick gray in colors, but yeah. This gray, I think it goes with the brown I'm wearing right here. We've also got it in black as well for $24.99. So you got your choice there. Yes, Beth just said the most common thing guys ask is, will this fit in your purse? No more though, Beth. No more. You know what? You should buy this for your husband and give it to him and tell him that he can carry his own darn stuff. I think that would be good. Anyway, all right. You are not a pack mule, Beth. No, you are not. Okay. We are going to move on. Is that true, Lee? We're moving on? All right, we are going to move on to our next item. I'm going to take off my crossbody here. Oh, and my glasses apparently too. There we go. All right, Lee, I'm back together here. We are moving on to something very exciting that I really, really like, and I'm going to, I need my phone that's in the backpack here. Okay, now, I'm going to give myself a little more light, but what we're talking about is a pair of Bluetooth speakers that I found that I bought for everybody out there. These are $54.99, not each. You're not paying $54.99 a piece. It's $54.99 for the pair of these Bluetooth speakers that are also LED tiki torches. I know, it's crazy that you're going to get all that. Now, I've got one sitting here in front of me, and there's another one down there on the ground. I'm going to press. Now, I'm going to show you the top of this first. Actually, let me turn it on first. You press and hold the power button. Okay, that one just turned on. And I want you to notice something. It comes with a full instruction manual when you get these. You're going to get the tiki torch you see right here. It does sit flat on its bottom, or you're also going to get a 3-foot pole that goes in the bottom of this with a stake. So you can mount them either as a traditional tiki torch in the ground, or you can just use them tabletop. Now, I'm going to turn on the other one here, and there are 2 of them, and they are paired to each other already. So they will work in conjunction with stereo sound. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on my phone, and these are both connected to it, and we're going to play some music. And I'm going to turn that music up. Okay. First of all, the sound quality is excellent, and it is stereo sound. Lee, let me know if that's too loud. Okay, perfect, because it's loud out here. At home, you're sitting there going like, oh, they don't get very loud. I feel like I'm yelling to try and talk over these right now. Here's the other cool thing about these. Since they are linked to each other, and they are playing stereo sound, they turn colors. So if I hit a button on this guy right here, they both start changing colors. Now, these have several different modes for the colors. They go through all your basic colors, the red, the orange, the yellow. You're going to see purple in there. You're going to see different shades of blue and green. Really, really cool the way it does that. Even got white, okay? So you can let it do that and cycle through all these colors. Or what you can do is you can press that and pick the color you want. So if I want red for a holiday, I can do red. If I want green for St. Patrick's Day, I can do that. If I want blue, whatever color it is that I want, I can do that. It's going to cycle through all the colors, even if you just want plain white. When we get to the end, it does a rainbow kind of fire tiki looking thing. And notice this one is staked into the ground over here. It's actually got the 3-foot pole that goes all the way down to a flower pot. And this guy's sitting on the table. And you can hear how cool the sound is from these, right? But if I want to, what I can do is I can do not just the rainbow tiki torch, traditional tiki torch. So now it looks like the tiki torches that we all love. Now here's the other thing too. If I wanted to, I can hit the pause button. I stop the music, but I can keep the lights going. Conversely, I could also have the lights, I could have the music without the lights, depending on if it's the daytime and it's really bright outside. Now, let me grab my, where do I keep moving these things, Lee? Oh, here we go. Okay, I'm going to bring the lights down in here because I want everybody to see something. These are really, really cool. Watch this. I'm going to turn off the lights in here again. Off, 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 off. There we go. Turn off the lights behind me. And I got one more light to do over here. But I want you guys to see how cool these look. Boom. All right. Full on nighttime now. Oops, and I just kicked something across the floor. That's okay. That's going to happen. You could see the way the tiki torch effect works on this. And I'm going to show you the lighting one more time on this. And one button on top of this are the controls, and they are illuminated. Okay? And Charlene just said that this looks like, Kathy said she loves the lights without the music, and Charlene said it looks like a real flame. It really does, actually, but I'm not burning my hand, which is kind of neat. Here's the buttons. That one is play and pause for the music. If I press the plus button, it goes forward. A quick press will go forward a track of the music. If I press and hold it, it'll raise the volume. This is my power button over here. There's the minus button. That's going to lower the volume if I press and hold, but if I just tap it, it's going to advance the track on the music. Then this button in the center there that looks like a cog is actually the button that controls the lights. So there it is off. Okay? There they are, and now it's going to run through all the colors. These are all your color choices that you've got. I'm not touching it. It automatically does this on its own, where it's going to run through these colors, which I think is kind of cool. Judy said these would be a great gift for my son and his wife for their deck. Yes, by the hot tub at night. Absolutely. It's funny you say that. Kelly and I used to have a hot tub, and we had some electric tiki torches like these out there. The difference? Ours didn't play music. Remember, these are full stereo as well. If I press that button again, now I get to choose the color I want. So I can program these just by doing this. Just by pressing one button, it talks to both of them. And I can do it from either one. I'm just closer to this one, and I can lean over to do this. Look at that. Now, this is the rainbow tiki torch look, and you can see it really well on the table here. It's almost too bright for the camera right now, but you could see it on the table here, the way it's going through all the colors. And they're bouncing around inside of this, which is neat. I've never seen anything do that before. And then, of course, if I press it one more time, traditional tiki torch, which is really neat. Press the play button, boom, and the music starts again, which is super cool. If I want to advance a track, I press that button one time. It moves on to the next music track. Kind of cool. Let's do another one. Look at this. Oh, yeah. Anybody at home feel like dancing right now? Am I waking you guys up? Because come on now. How could I not? But these are only $54.99 for the pair. For both of them, not each. For the pair of these. And remember, they're Bluetooth speakers. All right? They're stereo. They have the built-in lighting on them, a whole array of colors. I think there's like 11 colors that these do. Plus they've got the rainbow tiki torch, and then they've got the traditional tiki torches you see right here. And these last and last and last. Like, they're going to last a long time. I'm going to bring the lights back up real quick here because I want everybody to be able to see what they look like. And you can see that this has right there that Margaritaville logo. So these are licensed. They are logoed from Margaritaville. I'm going to turn my lights back on over here. I got one straight light over here. All right. Oh, now I see what I kicked. That's okay. And remember, you can use these either tabletop as you see this one, or there are stakes for both of these in here. And you can use those stakes. I just moved the music up again. I think this is my favorite track on here. You can move the stakes on this so that, and look at that, I'm adjusting the volume just by pressing. Yes, thank you, Lee. That's a great shot. So notice this one's in a flower pot. It could be stuck into the ground, but this is a 3-foot pole that this sits on. And by the way, you don't have to use the entire 3-foot pole. If you want to use one section, make it a little tiny lantern, you know, closer to the ground, you could absolutely do that. Or if you want to use all of that and get it higher, you can do that. But I think these are just cool. They serve a lot of purposes, and I love products like this that do more than one thing. You know, they're Bluetooth speakers, they're tiki torches, they're a party in a box, basically. And by the way, they do come in that Margaritaville box, okay? So it's a beautiful, full-color retail box as you're going to get when you buy these, which means suitable for gift giving. If you wanted to give this to somebody in your life, let me move this out this way so you can really see that right there. Now, a couple other things about these, okay? These are IPX6 waterproof rating. What does that mean? It means that you're not going to dunk them in water, but they can get wet. They can sit out there and they can get rained on, and that's going to be okay. I wouldn't leave mine outside all the time, though, just because I like to take care of my stuff. These are fully rechargeable. We give you the cables to charge them. They are USB rechargeable, so very, very simple. You never have to replace batteries. There's nothing like that you got to do. How long do they last? Well, listen to this. If you use the lighting only, without the music, you get 5.5 hours of time off the batteries, okay? If you do music only without the lights, 30 hours of music off of these. 30 hours. That's insanity. Now, if you use the music and the lights together, guess what? You get 5 hours. So by the time it turns dark in most places around here, right? Especially, even in the summertime. By the time it gets dark out, you're probably going to bed at, if you're partying, you're going to bed at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. Listen to how old I am, right? 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. You're going to get more than enough time out of these. I mean, this is like a whole party, for you and your friends right here. These are great for tailgate parties. These are great to take to the beach. They're great for camping trips. If you're an RVer, these are absolutely wonderful to put around the campsite. And the stereo sound on these is amazing. Kelly and I used to have some speakers, but not tiki torch speakers. We had some speakers that we would sit in our backyard in loungers, and we put them one on either side, and both enjoy the stereo sound. But these get crazy. Listen to this. I mean, these get crazy, crazy loud. Hear that? I mean, the sound quality is excellent, too. That's the other thing about these. Annie was just saying, come on, baby, let's do the twist. We could do the twist out here. I'm cool with that.
1, 2, 3,
Check
4,
it out.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, you hear that? Lee goes, what was that? That was actually on my phone. That was me doing a sound check. That's kind of funny. And there's that music again. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about this, is that I can do everything I need to. Notice I haven't gone into my pocket to grab my cell phone, okay? I'm advancing the music tracks from here. I am able to raise and lower the volume from here. I mean, I can do everything that I need to directly from this speaker. And I'm going to show you something. The bottom of this is actually threaded. That is where you're going to put the pole when you put it on there. And remember, you get 2 3-foot poles with these. You don't have to use them. You absolutely don't have to use them. However, I think it looks pretty darn cool, especially if you've got it on your campsite, in your backyard. Maybe you've got a deck and you're putting it on there. I like Annie's idea. Or was it Judy who said about their son with the hot tub? My brain is mush tonight, so I'm having a hard time remembering that. But price on these, guys. Price. $54.99. Beautiful Bluetooth on these. It sounds fantastic. They get very, very loud. They light up. They do all the different colors. Yeah, Judy just said it's salsa time. What'd you say, Lee? Okay, I'm going to bring the lights down one more time here so everybody can see these and just get that feel for what it's going to look like when you're in your backyard. I'm going to turn my other light off over here. This one light is very bright. The spare light. Look at that. Now, again, it's going through the color changing mode, okay? So right now it's just cycling through colors. That's all that's doing. This one's sitting on the tabletop. This one is actually using the 3-foot high pole. I can go from that and I can choose my own colors if I want to. Go from one color to another to another. And that way, if you just have a theme for a party or something like that, you can absolutely do that, okay? And then, there, that's that rainbow. I love the rainbow. I think that is so cool that it does. I've never seen one that did that before, but it actually has different colors popping on and off all over this. But if you're a traditionalist like me, maybe, bam, you want that tiki torch. And very realistic looking. That's what I say about that. That is just very realistic looking. So for me, for my money, to be able to get electric tiki torches that are rechargeable, to be able to get Bluetooth speakers like these, I think this is just huge to be able to do this. Yeah, Lee just said it's time for a Mai Tai. I am there with you, brother. I'm telling you. We've only got a half hour left on the show tonight. So folks, if you haven't done it yet, call 888-247-8712 and get in on these bad boys, because these get crazy loud. Listen to that. They get really, really, oh, There we go. I thought I changed tracks again on here. It's entirely possible. I could have done that. And they both work with each other. Like I can turn from either one of these. I'm using the one on the floor right now to control the big one. Or not the big one, the one that's sitting on the table. They work both ways. That's the neat thing about these, is I can just press the button on here. And you do get the charging cable with this as well. So no batteries to ever replace on these. You can take the stake out of them, the pole out of them, and the pole breaks down. So you can take that with you. It's great for traveling. It's great if you're somebody who's a boater and you like to go do a little island hopping. This is wonderful for that as well. For the campers, for the RVers out there, these are fantastic. Or just lounging in the backyard, I think, going to the beach, bringing your own stereo with you. Beth's having a Mai Tai right now. We can see that. That's nice. I bet you my wife Kelly's sitting at home having a Mai Tai right now. I don't blame her. I would. Oh yeah, check that tune out. And you're getting the retail box, which I think is kind of a big deal with this. So when you give this as a gift for somebody, it's not going to be in some random brown box. They're going to look at this and go like, oh my gosh, it's Margaritaville. Look at that. We all know Margaritaville. It's a state of mind, my friends. And this right here, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. This music is going to help you get there. All right? That's what I'm talking about. Relax in your backyard. Take them with you wherever you're going. That's the beauty of it. And remember, if I want to stop the music, I press the button on there. They both stop. And it's actually controlling my phone at this point, which is cool. What'd you just say, Lee? Oh, okay. All right. We're going to move on to our next item. I hope everybody got in on this deal here and enjoyed their Margaritaville beautiful tiki torches with all the colors and the traditional tiki torch look that are fully rechargeable from any USB source. And they're also amazing Bluetooth speakers. I love that. Full stereo sound, too. That's the part that impressed me. When I first saw these, I was like, really? Full stereo sound? Yes, full stereo sound. Okay. We're moving on. You only got 2 more items tonight, guys. So if you haven't jumped into the fun yet, you're running out of time, all right? By the way, if you're just joining us, you're flipping channels and you're like, because, you know, we're on TV, we're on Direct, we're on Dish, we're on Uverse. If you're somebody out there and you just happen to drop by here, first of all, my name's Lou. I'm your host. I've been here since 8 o'clock Eastern time. We're going to go off the air at 10 o'clock, so we've got another half hour to our show. You can join us on our website. Our website is shopsstv.com. Now, if you go to our website, the important thing to know about that is you can see all the products that we have there, okay? You could give us a call at 888-247-8712, or you can use the QR code that's down there on the screen to get to the items we're showing. For instance, like this one right here. This is the foldable 32-inch long grabber reacher tool. So it'll grab things. You can reach for stuff with that 32 inches of length right there, and you're getting 2 of these for only $39.99. It's a 2-pack, all right? The handles on these right here, the pole that's in these, the 32-inch reach, is all metal construction. There's rubberized grips on the back here. When you grab this, all you do is pull the trigger, and it opens and closes the head on this, okay? The other thing is you can change the angle of that head. Maybe I'm reaching for something that's longer than it is wide. I can absolutely do that just by pulling on this and changing the orientation of the head on this. Oops, I accidentally, there we go. I grabbed the wrong part. There we go. See that? Very, very easy. And you can do all sorts of variations on, you know, the angle of this as well. Now, the other thing you want to see is this. You can pull this part out like that, fold this over, and that's what it compacts down to. So if you want to put this in a drawer, if you want to stow this underneath your sink, you want to keep one in your kitchen, one in the bathroom, you know, wherever it is you think you're going to need these are absolutely amazing because they're one of the few pairs I've seen that will fold down and have the strength to pick up most things. Like what, you might ask? Well, for instance, we have a couple objects up here above me, and watch what I'm going to do. Now that's a full-size can of chunky soup that is, whoops, that is full. That was a bad angle. I tried to grab that out. Hang on. Hang on. There we go. I got it. That was my fault. I tried to grab it way too low. Now notice how I can hold that right there. I could put that down even if it is upside down and get that off. And part of the reason is that this is all rubberized all through here. So it's very high. Hi, how are you? Lee was just telling me I'm looking at the wrong camera again. I'm a mess. What am I going to do? Let me try this now. I'm going to try this water bottle. And this is something that's a little, you know, it's softer to pick up. But you can see right there, no problems grabbing that and bringing it down. Remember, it extends my reach by almost 3 feet, 32 inches. Oh, what about a box of cereal if I want to pick that up? Well, watch this. I can go up here, just grab that box. Here's the big deal, okay? I'm not getting on a step stool. I'm not breaking out a ladder. I'm not trying to step, God forbid, on a chair to get something off a shelf, which is all dangerous. This is an easy way to do this. Now, my wife Kelly just jumped in the chat here and she said, I asked Lou to find grabbers because she has short arm syndrome. She kind of does, little T-Rex arms. She needs step stools and grabbers for most things, and she's not short. She's 5'4", but there's a lot of times where she'll ask me to go grab things off the shelves because I am taller. Now, there's one thing I didn't show you about this. On the end of it right here, there's a magnet. That little silver piece you see right there, that's a magnet. I got a set of keys sitting here on the table in front of me. Watch this. I'm just going to go down here and look at the way that this can pick up those keys. Now, why is that important? Because if you drop stuff on the floor, you want to be able to pick it up too. So let's do that, Lee. Let's go down to the floor. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this right here, this water bottle, and I'm going to lay this down on the floor too because I want people to see something about this. Now, first of all, we've got a variety of metal objects down there. So I'm going to change the orientation of the head on this so now it's sideways, right? And watch this. There's that magnet. The minute it touches something metal, it'll pick it up. Now, this is not just for when you drop things. Let's say something falls behind your couch. It falls between the washer dryer. It rolls underneath the couch. This is going to help you do that. But you're saying like, Lou, I can't see underneath the couch because it's dark. I've been hiding something from you. This also has a built-in flashlight right there that you turn on and off with a little switch right there. So now, and you can replace the batteries on this very easily. There's a little door right here. So now if I need to, I can pick objects up off the floor. Look at the screwdriver, okay? It's not that wide, it's not that thick, but I can grip this and pick that up off the floor. If there's another screw down here, a little tiny one, I don't want to step on that because my gosh, I would see, you know, the Lord if I stepped on that thing. Or let's say that there's something long and thin like this that I dropped and I changed the orientation on this. I'm just going to grab down here and pick that up just like that. I mean, that's the beauty of this, is that you can use this so many different ways, okay? And, you know, now, is it easier to pick things up off the floor than it is to get something off high? Well, my answer to that is going to be it kind of depends on what your back is doing. Okay? Because not everybody's back is the same. Not everybody can bend down like they used to. By the way, just in case everybody knows, if you hear anything, it's raining hard here at the studio right now. But look at the way that gripper works. And the inside of this, I was mentioning it to you, it has a very soft rubber with teeth right in here. When I say teeth, it's got little grippers built into this here. So when I do grab something, it's not going to slip out of it. The other thing too is watch how completely it closes on the tip. The two sides very, very precisely meet each other. So you can see right there that if I'm picking something up, it's not hard for me to grab it, to grip it. And again, I can change the orientation on this just by flipping this over and getting it at a different angle. Notice my hand didn't move, it didn't change. I just changed the head of this just so I was able to pick up something that was sitting down there at a different angle. But again, really, really simple to do. And then when it comes time to put stuff back, I'm going to pick my oatmeal that I got here. I'm going to put this back up on the shelf. Right there. That's where it was. Look at that. So again, no step stools. There's no chairs to stand on. There's nothing like that you've got to worry about. It's really, really simple for you to put things up there and put them away. Even this water, which is following me around here, easily grip this, put this up here. Look at that. Just amazing how easy this is to do. Reachers, not teachers. That's what Judy just said. Oh, she was saying how they need to take these to the grocery store. Yeah, absolutely. Well, and you know, here's the thing too, you know, and I appreciate that. Like for me, my back doesn't like me bending down as much as it used to, okay? So for me to be able to just to use this, and remember, this is you know, in my arm, this is 3 feet. My arm's probably like, you know, another couple feet as well. I got a really, really long reach too, and you'd be surprised, even if you got short arms, this is going to increase your reach by 32 inches, just shy of 3 feet, okay? I can easily touch the ground with this. I'm not bending over, but I am touching the ground right now, okay? That's what makes that so handy. Now, we were talking earlier about when things roll under the couch. Like my dog, Madge, will play with tennis balls and roll them under the couch like there's no tomorrow. I have a built-in flashlight right on the front of this, okay? LED light built in. So when you're looking in a dark space, be it underneath the couch, maybe it is, you know, between the washer dryer, maybe something fell behind the couch, under the refrigerator. This is going to reach in there, and you've got that light. There's a little switch there to turn it on and off, but you'd be surprised how bright that is to reach under that couch and be able to go get something. Hey, Lee, is this like 3D television? I feel like it's 3D TV. Coming out. People, I'm coming into your living room. Oh, look at that. What's that? Ah, wait, who's your friend? Okay, so listen to this, guys. Lee, my director, can actually talk to me in my ear, so you can't hear him, but I can. Or it could just be one of the voices in my head. It's hard to say what it is exactly. But he was saying to me that he's got a friend that works in the insurance industry, and that he told him that the one thing he will never do again is hop on a ladder. Because that's where the majority of your injuries happen, is people getting on ladders, step stools, or God forbid, using a chair to try and reach for something. That's why you want to get these grabbers. And remember, if I haven't mentioned it again or enough, you get a set of 2 of these. So you can keep one upstairs, one downstairs. You can keep one, give one. You know, you can use one in the kitchen, keep one in the laundry room. I mean, wherever it is in the house where you need these, you could absolutely use those. All right, so I'm going to come around the front of the table here. What am I doing in front of the table? Showing people how it can reach? Because look at this. I got the light on still, too. You can see the light on the floor, which is kind of fun. Look at that. Now, I've got a couple more objects on the floor here. So let's say, you know, again, this has a built-in magnet in addition to the gripper. So if I want to pick up a nut like that, I can do that. There's a screw sitting down here. If I want to pick up a screw, I could do that. Look at that. Boom. Now, let's say that I dropped my keys on the floor, and maybe, you know, I hurt my back. I strained my back. I can't pick up my keys. I don't have to. The magnet picks up the keys for me. Look at that. And that's a full set of keys to a car right there, okay? So again, I'm not bending down to do this. I'm standing bolt upright, but I can touch the floor with this, bring this up here, just like this. Look at that. Once it finds it, I'll be able to pick that up. I'm getting it at a weird angle. Come on now. Don't play this game with me. There we go. You know what I'm doing wrongly? I'm turning it sideways. Actually, Lee there we go. The magnet got it. No, but Lee made a good point. If I can't get it with that, I could just do that, because this thing is actually, it'll grab small enough objects like this where I could pick that up. I'm squeezing on it too hard, Lee. My gosh, there we go. Okay. That's great. It's just getting worse. No, guys, that's just me. That's not the grabber. That's me. I'm super tired right now, you know. My brains aren't working, okay? But the cool thing about this is that it does have that light built in there like that. I just gotta laugh at myself sometimes, the dumb things I do. But just take a look at that right there. You got that beautiful built-in light there. You've got the grabbers. Remember, it does have that magnet built in there. I was just showing you that. You know, even something big like this bolt is gonna, or bolt, washer is gonna stick to that. Has he ever seen a tool in his life? Yes, he has. Okay, I'm going to pull that off of there. And then you can rotate the head. So if I need this orientation, remember before we were talking about the Logitech Stream Cam? So if I need this in portrait mode, I can do that. Or if I need it in, I keep pulling this piece off here. And if I need it in landscape mode, I can do that. Also breaks down for storage. So if I want to fold this in half and stow this in a drawer, it can absolutely do that. Now Judy says, or use these for the bottom shelves. Oh yeah. Way in the back when you can't get stuff. Actually, that is a very, very good point that I forgot to mention, because my wife Kelly was telling me about that, is, you know, if you don't have like sliders in your drawers to get stuff in the back, because like where we live right now, our cabinets are super, super deep. Like they go so far in, it's like a cave, all right? But this is great because you can reach all the way in the back, grab something, and pull it out without having to get down on your hands and knees and like crawl in there like you're a spelunker going, you know, on an expedition someplace. Yes, good for grabbing the dog treats, Charlene. It absolutely is. That keep sliding underneath the refrigerator. You've met my dogs, it sounds like, because they do that on the regular. Just knock stuff all over the place there. But you are getting a set of 2 of these for only $39.99, and these do have free shipping. This is all metal construction on the frame right here, on the body of this, on the arm. Then you've got the soft rubber here. You've got rubber on the handle as well. You've got that trigger grip that's going to work every single time. You've got the magnet built in on the side over here for picking up metal objects. And then you've got a built-in flashlight as well. I really went out when I looked for one of these. I was like, I have to get one that has everything on it. Let's do, you know what, Lee? I'm going to reach up again. I'm going to grab some stuff off the shelf here. Because why wouldn't I? Notice the light, too. When I get up there, you can see that light going on there. And then just grab that can and bring that down. And I'm not even squeezing all that hard. The rubber that's on here does an amazing job of grabbing things and holding on to it. Even something like this, where this plastic bottle could potentially be very, very slippery, it does a great job of grabbing that. And then even something as big as the oatmeal, something big and bulky like that. Look at that, how easy that is to grab and put down there. No ladders involved, okay? Didn't try to stand on a chair, do something foolish like that, or get hurt, all right? That's not gonna happen when you've got your set of grabbers. And then just turn your light off, boom, stow it away. You can actually just fold that in half like that and put it wherever you want to stow this thing. It's so simple to do. To use it, you just open it up like that, slide that piece in, and you're good to go. Again, change that orientation on the front like that. So you can grab things sideways. If you need to grab a door handle or something like that, you could absolutely do that. Turn it back again. Now we've got it in that horizontal mode. And it's got, you'll see that it's actually grooved on the end right here. So you can choose different angles. It doesn't have to be just portrait or landscape. It doesn't have to be, you know, a 45-degree twist on here. You could literally go any little bit that you want to. Like I can choose any one of these little increments and get it to where I need it to be for the task that I want it to do. So really super convenient. But the big deal is all the features. That's what we try to do here at Shop Social TV, is get you something that has all the features that you want and need at a price that makes it very easily affordable for you, okay? You know, because at the end of the day, you know, what good is it if you're gonna pay through the nose for it? Here, $39.99 for a set of 2 of these. If you break that down right there, it's like $20 a piece, $19.99 a piece for metal construction with the light, with the magnet, the fact that they're foldable, and the fact that, you know, they've got the rubber all over them, which makes them very, very convenient. The shipping, of course, is free on these, as it is always. Just give us a call at 888-247-8712, 247-8712. That is a toll-free number, okay? We're going to move on now to our next item, and it is, in fact, the last item of the show. We haven't seen this in a couple weeks, I want to say, or maybe a week. I forget. Time is a funny thing. This is our muscle massage gun. This thing is a beast. Now, I don't mean that it's big, and I don't mean that it's heavy. I mean it's powerful, okay? It's a little tiny guy that is fully rechargeable. You can recharge this with any USB charger that you have for your phone, for your tablet, the kind that you just plug in on the wall. You can do all of that, okay? You get the cord to recharge this, or you can use any USB-C cord to recharge this should you want to, okay? So that's included on this as well. You get 4 different massage tips on this, and this has 6 different speeds. It's $44.99, $44.99 with free shipping. Just call us now at 888-247-8712. Now, let me show you a couple features on this. If I turn this around and you look at the back of this, and let's not get the glare. If I press this button, and it's a soft touch button right there, bam, it's going to show you that this has 58% charge. Guys, we haven't charged this in over a month. Okay, so just so you know, this holds a charge, okay? If I press and hold the button, it's gonna turn it on. You're gonna see, whoops, it fell over because it's actually working right now. You're gonna see a bunch of numbers appear there, 1 through 6. Those are the different power levels, 1 being the lowest, okay? Every time I press that button, it's gonna go up to a different power level, okay? All the way up to 6. Press and hold again, and it turns it off. Now, right now, this has 1 of the 4 tips mounted on it, and this particular tip is the large ball head, and it's kind of a hard foam head that's on here, and that's for your larger muscle groups. Then we get the other 3 tips that it comes with. This little guy right here, the pointy tip, and this is rubberized on the end of this, this is for your joints, believe it or not. So if you've got achy breaky joints, okay, you can use this on there, and I'll show you how these just slide onto the end of this real easy. Big flat tip right there, and it's actually got some texture on here to help knead those sore muscles. You could use this one anywhere you want. This is just made for any part of the body. And then, I bet you could guess what that's for. That guy right there is for around your spine, for your vertebrae, okay? And again, this is not a medical device, but I encourage you to talk to your doctor and ask him, is it okay for you to use this massager around that area? But we do give you the tool to do that. Now, I'm going to turn this guy on. Actually, you know what? Go back to that shot real quick because I want people to see something here. So this is the lowest mode that it goes to right there, and you can see that head vibrating, but here's what's kind of interesting about that. It does that until it feels pressure. And then when it feels pressure, Let me move this thing out of the way because that thing actually was making noise, and this is silent. This uses what they call silent glide technology, so that when you're working with this, you don't really hear the motor going inside of this, okay? It's very, very quiet. Very, very quiet inside of this. It is cordless. It is portable. It has the quiet guide technology, which makes it very, very quiet to use. And it's going to give you a deep tissue massage, okay? It's going to target those sore muscles. It actually will help to improve circulation over time. Not a medical device, but it's just the fact that massage will help improve circulation in the areas where it's being applied, okay? And it's going to help you relieve pain and tension as well. And again, not a medical device, but again, we know that a massage is going to be beneficial for that as well, all right? Long-lasting battery I told you about on this. Like, I've had mine for over a month. Now, this is the lowest setting on here. Watch what happens when I go up to 6. And by the way, my hand is buzzing right now. Now watch this. Again, it goes into this very slow kind of mode when it's not feeling pressure, but the minute you put pressure on it, that's 6 right there. And you can hear the difference in the sound, and my gosh, I can feel that in my hand as well. And this is something that, because it is so compact, because it is so small, that you can take this with you anywhere you go. I mean, look, I got pretty good, good sized mitts, pretty good sized hands, and easily I can use this. It's very, very comfortable for me. It has what they call an ergonomic grip on it here, which just makes it really easy. I also like the way it looks. I think it's like super, super stylish looking. Now, to change the tips out, watch what I'm going to do. All you got to do is just grab the end of this, right? Pull that off just like that. They just pop on and off. I'm going to put that guy down, and I'm going to put this flat disc head on there, and then it just goes in like that. And then when you're ready to use it, you press and hold, and it starts again. And this is the tip that's good for any muscle group that you want to use. So if I put it on my forearm like that, I mean, this is getting in there. So if I got sore forearms, maybe I've been working in the garden all day, or I've been doing work, this is really something. And my wife Kelly is on the Facebook chat right now, and she's saying that she had a frozen shoulder, easy for me to say, about 6 years ago. She did, and she tried a lot of different things to get rid of that. And she didn't have any idea that it was that painful. But here's the thing. She went to a physical therapy group, and she used it for her paid PT. They had one of these that they used on her, okay? And that's one of the reasons we got this. Now, my introduction to these was years ago when my massage therapist, my personal trainer, actually after a workout, he whipped one of these things out. He had just gotten it, and he was so happy about it. He was so proud. He was like, oh, dude, check what I just got. And he showed it to me. And then he started to use it on my back and my shoulders. And guys, I'm going to tell you something. That thing was a little slice of heaven. And I remember back then, he told me what he paid for it, and it was a stupid amount of money. It was like so much money. I mean, worth it because he bought it. It was worth it for him to, give me a massage. But I thought, yeah, that's amazing. For $44.99, you can have a massage any single time you want. You could give a massage to your partner, your significant other, any time that you want with this. And it's not like your fingers are going to, because, massage therapists are beasts when it comes to strength in their hands and their forearms and their arms, okay? I mean, because they just use them all the time. The other thing that's crazy, though, is that they get arthritis, that their hands actually get tired and they get sore, okay? Something like this is a great way for anybody to give a massage with that kind of power very easily. Now, Lee, I'm going to take this up to my neck because I feel like I need to give myself, I'm going all the way up to 6 on here. I'm just going to put this on my shoulder blade. And I want you to see, I'll turn this way so you can actually see it. There, that's a better idea. Turn toward the camera, Lou, not away from the camera. But look at the way this is massaging my shoulder right here, my traps actually. And that feels absolutely amazing. So you can, you could use this on yourself or on a loved one or a friend or someone you hope to become a loved one or a friend. You could see the way that works right there. Totally rechargeable on any Bluetooth charger. I'm thinking about those speakers still. On any USB charger. We've just got a few minutes left in the show. I may take this on the trip that I'm going on tomorrow. Beth wants to know if it goes up to 11. For those of you at home playing the home version of our show, That's a Spinal Tap reference. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, but I'm giving myself a beautiful massage right now. Let's talk about this one more time, okay? 6 speeds on this totally self-contained massager. It is incredibly well made. You get 4 different tips in it. You get the giant ball tip for the big muscle groups. You get the smaller pointy tip right there that is for your joints. You get the flat tip that actually has the knurled head on there that's going to be perfect for all, pretty much any other area of the body as well. And then you get this part for around your vertebrae, which I think is great too. What did Annie say? I bet that would help with toning. Actually, yeah, on your upper arms. What do I think? Yeah, I actually think it would do that because I've seen people use devices like this before. Now, I'm not going to make that claim because I've never tried it, but I think it's worth a shot. I'll tell you what though, just a little tiny bit that I bit on my shoulder here feels absolutely amazing. All the heads on this just slide on and slide off, so it's easy. The back of this not only shows you the power on this. Oh, I'm down to 45 because I was in there digging in there really hard for a little while. And then you press and hold to activate it, and it goes up to 6, not 11, Beth. It goes up to 6. And every time I press it, it's going up 1 number, as you see, all the way up to the maximum. And now, it will be going slowly. Don't panic. When you see that, you go like, oh no, it's broken. It's not really pounding on my hand. You got to put a little bit of pressure on it because this, you don't want it going as hard as it can when you apply it to your skin. So it kind of goes at a little bit softer pace until you press. And then you saw that thing just light up my hand right there, okay? So that's amazing. And Judy just said, I bet this would help with circulation too. Yes, you know what? It would. Oh, thanks, Kathy. Kathy said, awesome show, Lou. Safe travels tomorrow. Take care. Thank you. Yes, I am getting on a plane tomorrow morning-ish, kind of late morning, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Now, would this help with circulation? So what they say about these is that massage like this, and it's a deep tissue massage that you're going to get with this, is going to help improve circulation in the localized area where you're using it, okay? And one of the ways you can tell, if you've ever worked out, you've ever run or anything like that, I mean like really run, like gone for not just a jog, but you've gone for a run, and your legs start to tingle. They start to feel, all tingly up and down your legs. That's because you're increasing the blood flow in your legs. There's more blood flow than what you're used to going on there. That's what this part right here on my shoulder that I just did a few minutes ago, that's what I'm feeling up here, is that sensation. It's almost like it's itching right now, but it's not really an itch. It's just that feeling that, wow, something is tingling up here, something happened. Not in a bad way, in a good way. And I feel looser. Yeah, it feels really nice. And the nice thing about this too is that the size of it, you could take this with you. You could absolutely take this with you on a trip. I could throw this in my luggage and I could take it on the trip that I'm about to go on to. Remember, 4 heads come with this. It is fully rechargeable, 6 speeds on this to give you that deep tissue massage. You get the big foam ball head you see right there, plus 1 for your joints, 1 for most muscle groups on the body. The big ball head is for the largest muscle groups, and then you get this one here for the vertebrae as well. And it is a legitimate massage gun. This is not a toy. This is something that you're going to be able to use. You're going to feel that it's working. You're not going to be wondering, gosh, is this thing on? No, you're going to feel it going there. All of it is digital. It has a touchpad on the back that shows you the state of the charge. It tells you if you press and hold. It does come with instructions, by the way. It shows you what the level is of the massage. It goes all the way up to 6 on this. You'll know when you're on 6, my friends. Trust me on that. This thing is really, really nice. And, we looked at a bunch of them. Speaking of which, I was in an electronics store maybe about 3 weeks ago at this point. And it was a weird thing. I noticed all of a sudden that everywhere in this electronics stores, they had massagers of all different shapes and sizes and all kinds of things. The little guys like these were around $100 for a little guy like this. $100. I was like, you guys have lost your minds, okay? Now, you didn't have to pay shipping there because you were in a store. You don't have to pay shipping here. You're not in a store. You can buy this from the comfort of your home, from the comfort of your couch, from the comfort of your bed. $44.99. It comes with the 4 tips on here. Free shipping. Free. Here at Shop Social TV. All you got to do is pick up the phone and call us. 888-247-8712. 888-247-8712. Lee was just telling me my director tonight, that he uses this every day after he plays tennis because it helps relieve those muscles, those sore muscles. You know, if you've got pain like that from a sore muscle or something, try it. See what it's going to do for you, okay? It's not a medical device, but it just stands to reason. You get in there and you knead on it, it's going to work. The difference is you're not using your hands. Like, I can't give a massage like I used to, okay? Because my hands, I don't know if I'm getting arthritis in them or what it is, but I don't feel like I have the same hand strength I did, and I certainly can't, you know, do that as long as I used to. But this guy's going to go for a long time, and it's rechargeable. So all you've got to do is plug this in, and we even give you the charging cord with it. All you've got to do is plug that into any USB charger, and it's going to recharge. It's going to last for a long time. So guys, we're just down to about the last minute of our show tonight. If you haven't bought anything yet, give us a call. 888-247-8712. Some of the things we saw tonight was the massage gun. We had the 2-pack of the grabbers with the magnets and the lights on them. We had the Margaritaville branded Bluetooth speaker / tiki torches with the poles or tabletops, suitable for both. We had our anti-theft bag, the crossbody bag that you can wear on your chest or on your side. We had that. We had our StreamCam webcam by Logitech. We had the JBL earbuds tonight. We had a dash cam tonight. We had the handy helper to help you get in and out of your car. We had so many things tonight on our show. There's no reason not to buy something from us here at Shop Social TV. We give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. We take your credit cards cheerfully. You can buy from our website, shopsstv.com. You can use the QR code that was on there with everything. But we'll be back next Tuesday.